Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Clint Womack Real Estate and Finance Show on 860 AM, Utah's Big Talker. We've got a great show planned for you today. We've also got a free lunch coming up later in the show. If you missed our show last week, we had Deborah Bigler, a local credit repair expert, and Gordon Brown with Group Benefit Services. If you haven't checked out our Facebook page, please go to facebook.com/Womack Radio. Womack is WOMACK. Again, that's facebook.com/Womack Radio. We have previous shows on there. We've got pictures and all kinds of giveaways. Please go to our Facebook page and like us and check out our previous shows there. This is a local real estate and finance show. We're dedicated to helping you save money, invest your savings, and make money on your investments. We're all about hooking you up with local professionals that know what they're doing, that can help you on these important transactions in your life and help you save money. We are your local advocates for real estate and finance. We hope that you find this show useful. We hope that you'll tune in every week and tell your friends and family about the show as well. We're on 860 AM every Saturday and Sunday morning from 10 to 11. Again, this is the Clint Womack Real Estate and Finance Show. I'm Clint Womack, your host. I'm the owner of a local company, Vintage Lending and Realty, and we're all about hooking you up with the local professionals that can help you make informed decisions. On the show today, we've got a close friend of mine, actually my cousin, Aaron Watts. He's with a company that recently went public. It's Textura Plan Swift. And we've also got a local real estate investor and real estate expert, Ken Holman, with the Overland Group. So I'm really excited for our show today. We've got great guests and hope that you'll find this information useful. Aaron Watts is our first guest on the show today. Aaron, it's great to have you on the show.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good, man.
You sound excited. I love it.
Got to keep the energy high.
It's excellent. It's contagious. I hope I can keep up with you, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I just got to start off by, first of all, saying today I'm celebrating 9 years of marriage to my beautiful and wonderful wife, Crystal. So
gotta give a shout out.
Yeah, I love you, babe.
Nice.
Absolutely.
So today is the day?
Today is the day.
Anniversary
9
day.
years, man.
Woo.
It's hard to believe it's gone that fast.
Congrats, man. That's
Thanks.
awesome.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
And how many kids?
3 boys.
3 little boys.
3 boys, man. They keep us busy for sure. So
the middle one I know is particularly a handful.
Yeah, that's William, and he's a handful for sure. Clint is a close friend of mine. We've been cousins all our lives, of course. And it's exciting to be here in Salt Lake City. We're both from Southern California and ended up out here in Utah, establishing our own careers. And so it's interesting how our paths have kind of gone different directions, but here we are today on the radio show, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
so
awesome.
I remember when we were young, we were always talking about how we were going to have our millions of dollars and buy our homes on the beach. So we're not living in California on the beach, but we can have our $1 million homes up in the mountains and make some good financial decisions.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, actually, Vintage Lending, last year helped me secure a new home in Bountiful up in the Maple Hills area. It's beautiful. And, Clint is a genius at structuring these loans. It was really tricky. Had to do a jumbo loan. And, honestly, there's no way I could imagine anybody else structuring it but this guy right here.
Yeah, we had a few months of planning to make it all work out. I'm glad it worked out in the end.
Yeah, no, that was great. So, if you're looking for financial advice, this is the guy to talk to. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for the support.
No doubt.
I appreciate it, even if it's coming from my cousin.
No, it's legit.
So so we've done some real estate deals together. We've done some mortgages, and right now you're with an awesome company. Tell me a little bit about the company you're with right now.
Yeah, Textura Plan Swift Corporation is sort of a new name. Plan Swift has been around about 7 years, but last year we were acquired by a company out of Deerfield, Illinois by the name of Textura, and they went public shortly thereafter. So June 7th of 2013 was our initial public offering. We had a great public offering, one of the most successful tech offerings of last year, and we're just really excited to be part of that corporation. Plan Swift is local to Utah, so our headquarters are in Bountiful, And what we do is takeoff and estimating software for the construction industry. But believe it or not, we can probably provide some different solutions for pretty much anybody on this show, and we'll talk probably about that. But I'm excited to really get our name out there. We're not really a household name. Even a lot of people in construction don't specifically know exactly who we are. But we're a pretty big player in the game, and there's a lot of local companies here that use us and have a lot of our licenses.
Yeah, we actually had a guest on the show a few weeks ago. They were an excavation company that uses the PlanSwift software, and they had really good things to say about it. So
cool.
PlanSwift is a local company. We definitely support local companies, and hope the best for you. You guys are a big employer as well for Utahns.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing I really am excited to mention here on the show is we are a big local employer. At our headquarters in Bountiful, we've got nearly 70 employees. We've also got employees scattered out throughout the country, but our headquarters really houses the bulk of our employee base. And over the next several months, we're actually looking to hire about 10 new people for new positions. And so if you are interested in an employment opportunity with a great corporation, you can email jobs@planswift.com. That's JOBS at planswift, PLANSWIFT.com.
Yeah. If you're out looking for a great job, it's an awesome environment. I've been over to the headquarters several times, pretty relaxed and, a great place to work. We've got to take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll continue our conversation with my cousin, Aaron Watts. We'll talk a little bit more about PlanSwift. We'll talk about what a great company it is and a little bit more about what they do. But thanks for tuning in. We've got to take a break. Stay with us, and we'll be right back. This is the Clint Womack Real Estate and Finance Show on 860 AM, Utah's Big Talker. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. This is the Clint Womack Real Estate and Finance Show on 860 AM, Utah's Big Talker. We've got a free lunch giveaway coming up later in the show. Stay with us. We're going to continue our conversation here with Aaron Watts. He's with Textura PlanSwift Corporation. They recently went public last year. Great company to work for. They're actually hiring if you're looking for a job. Again, that email was jobs@planswift.com. You can send over your resume, and they're always looking for different types of people. I think you guys are usually looking for sales jobs and other types of jobs as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So sales is a big part of our corporation, but we have a lot of entry-level positions that are available. So even if you don't have a college degree or a lot of experience, we can bring in entry-level. You can work your way up through the ranks. A lot of the corporation people at the top have really started from, just small beginnings. It was actually, the company really started here in Salt Lake in the basement of my boss.
Yeah, with 2 or 3 guys,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I know I wasn't at that stage. I was at the very next stage when we were in a smaller office in Sugar House, but I heard people were sitting on, just beds because there was no chairs and they were making phone calls
Derek's
right
house?
from there. Yeah, Derek's basement. Derek Del Quadro. Shout out to Derek.
Yeah, I actually did a loan for someone at your company, Nikki Hatch and Amy Hatch. And I don't even know if one of them barely finished high school, and she's making really good money.
Absolutely.
Working there. So it's a great company.
What we really look for at our company is people who are responsible, hardworking adults that really get the vision of what we need. And it's not specifically education that's required, but it's just hard work and dedication to our product and our corporation. And they're doing great, honestly. Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit more about the software. So for those that don't know what a takeoff is, basically you take a set of blueprints and you can somehow get it into the computer and then do all kinds of measurements with the software?
Exactly. So the world we live in today is digital, obviously, and construction sort of lags behind in the software market. A lot of contractors, they're pretty much hands-on kind of guys. They like paper, pencils, hammers, nails, So computers aren't really their forte, but as the industry moves forward and as, technology progresses, software is really becoming a core tool for the contractor, especially the general contractor and commercial contractors.
Automation, simplifying your life. Like you can do a lot faster with a nice software instead of doing it by hand or paper and pencil.
Right. So the old system was, there's places that are called plan rooms, and plan rooms were physical locations that had printed plans, and contractors would drive there and they'd get a plan for, let's say, the new Real Salt Lake Stadium to be built. Well, they'd have to go there physically and look at this giant set of drawings.
Each of the different contractors would show up and pull out the plans.
And it might be, 500-page sets of drawings, just huge sheets of paper they're flipping through. Well, nowadays, that distribution happens online. And so when a contractor gets an invitation to bid, they'll have a set of drawings as generally a PDF file, which is a portable document file. And essentially, you'll bring it into our software, the PlanSwift software platform. You'll open the drawings and you'll be able to click scale. So there's architectural scales like 1/4 inch equals a foot or 1/8 inch equals a foot. And what our program allows you to do is you can zoom in and out on those drawings without affecting the scale. So once you've applied that scale, you can take and make any accurate measurement you need. So you can measure the floor space for carpet or flooring, the wall space for paint or whatever it's going on the walls, the ceiling for acoustical tiles. If it's a concrete application, you can do all your footings and foundations and take accurate measurements to be able to quantify how much you're going to need for materials and labor to actually put together your bid for that job.
So this can help you save money if you're a contractor because you can get more accurate measurements of the materials that you're going to need and really get down on the specifics.
Exactly. So anybody who's a contractor, if you're a remodeler all the way up to a large commercial application, PlanSwift is definitely worth checking out. And we have a free 14-day trial. So if you visit our website, planswift.com, you'll see right on there, free trial. It's the full-blown version of our software. There's no limitations. You'll be using and doing everything within the program that we offer.
For 14 days, free trial, and that's planswift.com, PLANSWIFT.com.
You got it, man.
Free 14-day trial. Go check that out. If you're a local contractor just doing remodels all the way up to a big guy doing commercial projects, this is a great software that you can check out. It'll help your company save money and help you become more efficient in your work. Aaron Watts is an expert in making things happen. Tell me about your background. You were construction management from BYU?
Yeah, studied construction management at BYU. That's how I ended up in Utah. Met my wife out here as a junior in college. She was actually studying architecture at the University of Utah. She's got a master's degree there. And we ended up just staying. We are basically, Utahns through and through now. I really love Utah. I've established it as my home. And we're really hoping to help this economy and the people here in this state. We want to give back whatever way we can as well.
So side note, BYU fan or Utah fan?
Both, buddy.
Both. Depends on who's playing.
When
they're playing for each other, you're rooting for BYU.
Yeah.
Well, I guess your wife went to Utah.
Well,
so.
she's got a BYU undergrad, so I mean, I don't really get too much into the Holy War kind of rivalry thing so much. But to be honest with you, I'm really happy when any of the schools state succeed. I'm actually looking to go to Weber State this fall for a master's degree, basically a MBA, to help myself in my own career. So we'll have kind of the whole Wasatch Front covered about that time.
You got purple, red, and blue.
You got it, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, Utah's such a great place to live. Great economy here. Great job market. Great employers that are hiring.
Absolutely.
And it's a great place to live. I've loved living here. I'm from Southern California, so it's hard to pass up the great weather and the beaches, but we love it here, and we've got good family here and friends here, and it's a great place to live. But so tell me more. You specifically work on plugins, so these plugins that can go into the PlanSwift software and do extra things, and you've actually created a few of your own plugins.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. So my role at PlanSwift has shifted. When I first started, I was in sales, and I've now shifted into a role of more of a product developer and manager. So our software has a core functionality. It does a lot of things at its core, but a lot of customers want additional features and options. And so we have add-ons or plugins, or kind of like for your phone, you've got apps. Similarly, plugins do the same kind of thing. One of our best sellers and most popular plugins is called Earthwork Pro.
Yeah, and you actually created that,
Yeah,
right?
I developed that.
Wow.
It's been 5 years in the making. We're actually about to release version 3. We're pretty excited about that. It allows you to actually look at the topography of a site and figure out how much cut or fill you'd need. So if anybody out there needs excavation and cut and fill tools, PlanSwift can handle that. And it's really a pretty slick little application. We kind of compete against bigger software packages, some of them from anywhere from $30,000 to $5,000, and we charge around $600 for that add-on.
Great value, and it's pretty accurate.
Absolutely.
It helps you save time and money again. Aaron's got a really mechanical mind. Ever since we were kids, he would always be constructing bikes and other things out of random parts in the garage. He just knows how things go together. He has a really mechanical mind, and he actually developed this Earthwork software. If you have any questions for Aaron or any questions about the PlanSwift software, give us a call anytime at 801-674-9995 or text the word PlanSwift to 801-674-9995. We'll get in touch with Aaron Watts. He can answer any of your questions. I know when you first started at PlanSwift, you did a lot of online demos. So that's another option that, if anyone has some questions about the software or the plugins, Aaron or his team can do an online demo and walk you through the software and show you all of its tricks and everything that it can do.
Right. And, one more quick thing. I don't know how much time we've got, but on the plugin side of things, we have a plugin we launched just this year in January called Swift Maps. And what it is PlanSwift, if you're, let's say, a homeowner or somebody who's not even in construction and you want to get some value out of what we have to offer, I've done this before at my own house. You can download our free trial of our software. You can then download the plugin called Swift Maps. And what that does is allows you to connect directly to Google Maps, type in your own home address, and Google Maps will take you to that satellite image of your yard. Then there's a button in there that says capture and scale this image. Click on that, and then you can grab our area tool, and you can actually measure out exactly how much grass you have. So if you're trying to figure out how much lawn fertilizer you need or how much concrete you have in your own driveway,
sprinkler systems,
how much mulch you want for your flower bed or how much fencing, you can do all of that right within our program on the free trial. And because it's 14 days, you can get all those measurements, print them, save them, and keep them. And if you want to, we also offer a 1 month lease at a time, $79 a month. So if you're doing, let's say, a summer project on a new home and you're a homeowner, just rent our product for, $79 a month, and then after that, let it go. But it's going to absolutely save you money.
You'll save that money in getting the materials right, the measurements right.
Just a couple trips back and forth to Home Depot. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how many projects I've done, and I think I get everything in the first trip, and then I end up having to go back to Home Depot 3 or 4 more times, spend 3 or 4 more hours, and spend more money on gas and everything else. So.
Right. And we're looking to provide more solutions. Our expertise is actually for the small market, but we also have products that range all the way to enterprise where we're doing huge accounts. One of our customers here in Utah is called Volcraft Corporation. They're a division of Nucor. They've got 127 different individual users that use our product all over the country, and quite a handful of those are in a division here in Utah. We've got Sunrock, Clyde Companies, Wadman Corporation, Hogan Construction, a whole bunch of people here in Utah using the program.
Local companies.
And we'd love to have, even smaller users, like I said, on the remodel basis, start to use the product. We're not quite there yet. Those solutions are a little harder to get nailed down because on a remodel, you don't upload have plans.
Smaller. Yeah.
But we want to provide plans.
Handwritten plans or get a generic set of plans, right?
You could upload a handwritten plan, or you could do it on graph paper and put it in, or you can even draw plans in our program on a basic level. So a lot of power with our software, and we're really excited that we're getting our name out there today on the show.
Yeah, I love Textura PlanSwift, Aaron Watts, obviously my cousin, one of my best friends, and then just the management team over there is great guys to work with, great atmosphere. I've done a lot of business. They're a preferred account for vintage lending and realty. We trust the employees over there that they do a great job, and it's a great place to work. Cool. Again, they're hiring, and can't say enough good things about PlanSwift and about Aaron Watts. Again, if you have any questions, if you're a homeowner, if you're a small remodeler, all the way up to a big contractor, either residential or commercial, this is the software for you. It's PlanSwift. It's planswift.com. And they're also hiring. Again, our number, you can call us anytime and we'll get you in touch with Aaron Watts or someone over at PlanSwift. Our number is 801-674-9995, or text the word PlanSwift again to that same number, 801-674-9995. Aaron, any last words for our listeners out there, whether it's renting a version or anything else that you want to leave them with?
Just basically, I love what I do. My job basically now is to develop products and help our customers. And the exciting thing about being in product development is you're basically an inventor. And, every day you're looking at how can I come up with something new to help someone or to make our products stand out and be better. And, just a quick personal plug. You
have a Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah, I've got
right?
a Kickstarter campaign going right now. If you're not familiar with Kickstarter, it's basically crowdfunding. And on a side note, one of the things that got me into software and product development was I've been a board game developer for a while on the side, and then also starting to get into some casual video games. We've got a project out there on Kickstarter called Xilli. That's Xilli. And it's a game we want to bring out to mobile platforms. Right now you can download a free trial on the PC. If you go to our website, playxilli.com, PLAYXILLI.com. We're trying to get this game out there. It's a really cool puzzle game involving words, and if you need to improve your vocabulary or just like puzzle games, check it out, download the trial and check that out. But I love the fact that I work for a company where I can invent and develop and do all kinds of things. And
you've got the mind for it.
Got an exciting time.
Got an inventive mind. Aaron Watts is a super sharp guy, and you can't go wrong going with him or with PlanSwift. I've actually played his game too. Super fun game. It's a safe cracker kind of spy theme. And I picked up the 007 theme agent on Xilli on the Kickstarter campaign. But, again, we've been talking with Aaron Watts over at PlanSwift Xterra. Great local company. Support them. They're actually working to go global. They're in multiple countries now.
Yeah.
And,
I've sold my products in Dubai, Australia, England, Italy, all over the world. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's we gotta take a quick break, but thank you so much for listening. When we come back, we'll be talking with Ken Holman, a local real estate investor, local real estate expert. Thank you so much for tuning. Stay with us. We'll be right back on the Clint Womack Real Estate and Finance Show on 860 AM, Utah's Big Talker. Welcome back. This is the Clint Womack Real Estate and Finance Show on 860 AM. We're here every Saturday and Sunday morning from 10 to 11. We hope you enjoy this show, and we hope that you'll tune in each and every week to learn more about real estate and finance, more about local Utah business. Again, we are your advocates for real estate and finance. We're here to help you save money, invest your savings, and make money on your investments. We just finished an interview with Aaron Watts with the local company PlanSwift Xterra. They do construction takeoff software. And our next guest on the show is Ken Holman. Ken is the president of Overland Group. He's a local real estate investor, local real estate expert. He knows the Utah markets, and we're so grateful to have you on the show. Thanks for coming on, Ken.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and your company.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say congrats to Aaron on his 9th wedding anniversary. Last week, we just celebrated our 41st anniversary.
So 4 times, Aaron.
4 times, Aaron. 7 kids, 20 grandkids.
Ooh.
I mean, no wonder I've got bags under my eyes.
I don't see any gray hairs, though. You're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. That's all right. Well, a little bit about my background. You were talking to Aaron about being a little whether he rooted for BYU or the University of Utah.
Yeah, do you have one?
Well, I've got an undergraduate in accounting from BYU and a master's in business administration from the University of Utah. So
you're split.
I'm conflicted every game.
Well, you got to go Utah then, because that's the more recent
There
one.
we go. Yeah, that's true. I love the school. It's a great school. Anyway, a little bit about our company. I work for the Overland Group, which is actually a group of 6 individual companies that cover all facets of the real estate industry, including brokerage, development, construction, financing, management, and investment. And we're involved in both the residential and commercial real estate business.
You've got it all covered.
So it's
wow.
It keeps us pretty busy. And if I didn't have enough going on with that, a few years ago I decided that I felt like I maybe have enough knowledge in this business now after 30 years that I could start teaching some courses. So I got approved as an instructor and began teaching classes on how to invest in real estate using self-directed retirement accounts. And from that humble beginning, we've, over the past 3 years, developed an entire organization called the National Association of Real Estate Investment Advisors.
Yeah, and that's how we hooked up on LinkedIn.
Yeah, exactly. We go around the country and teach mainly professional real estate people how to invest in real estate and help their clients invest in real estate. And we offer a designation called the REIA designation for Real Estate Investment Advisor, which kind of fits between, on the residential side, the CRS designation for Certified Residential Specialist and the CCIM designation on the commercial side.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it's a great designation, and we have about 250 people enrolled in the program so far, and we're approved in 10 states, so we're excited about where we're going with that and the possibilities of it. So,
yeah, so are you part owner in Overland Group, or?
Well, I'm the primary owner, but
Okay.
but we have some great employees with the company, and I have a wife and a couple sons that are employed. They run one of them helps me on the development side, and the other one runs our construction company and has done for about 15 years, and just doing a great job. And
True local family business.
it is a true local family business, although we have a lot of real estate agents that work for us and enjoy working with them. So
We're talking to the man himself, the guy that has set up all these amazing facets of the Overland Group, and a true wealth of knowledge. Is so great to have you on. We've talked about this actually on the show before, how you can use retirement funds, kind of shift them over to a self-directed IRA, and then invest in real estate using that self-directed IRA. And is that something that your company, do you kind of point them to attorneys or give them a template to help them set up that self-directed IRA?
Well, yes and no. We have attorneys and accountants that we work with in certain situations, but I've become well-versed enough on self-directed IRAs and self-directed 401ks that I actually can help most of them get set up, and we work with some of the major national firms out there. There's companies called Equity Trust, another company called the Entrust Group, and another one called Pensco. They're the 3 largest.
And they help you. It's basically usually a trust combined with an LLC for that self-directed IRA.
Well, usually what happens, it's not necessarily a trust, but most people don't realize this, but anybody that has an IRA or a 401k account can actually invest in real estate directly, but they generally can't do it if they're hooked into a stock brokerage firm or a bank or a financial planner. They're all affiliated with stock brokerage firms, and those companies usually preclude them from being able to invest directly in real estate, primarily because they want to be able to market the products to their clients that
And
they can earn a commission on.
The commissions and all the products that they offer.
Yeah. So what we do is we work with individuals that have those accounts and help them set up alternative accounts. Most people don't realize you can have more than one IRA or more than one 401k account. So we help them set up alternative accounts and that are self-directed with one of these major national companies. And then we help them transfer some of the money, roll it over into these new accounts and invest directly in real estate. And we've been very successful at doing that over the last several years.
So why real estate over stocks? Why should people switch from a stock IRA over to a self-directed IRA and go into real estate?
Oh man,
we could go on for hours about that. I'm sure.
You know, I had a realtor call me one day and say, I've got a client who tells me he's got $50,000 he wants to invest, and I'm calling you to ask you to help us in terms of how to invest in real estate. So he asked me that when we got there and sat down and met. The guy says, well, I've got 20,000. I don't have 50,000. And,
just like a realtor to overstate things a little bit.
Exactly. But in the end, he said, well, why should I invest in real estate instead of the stock market, putting my money in the stock market? And I said, I can give you 5 great reasons why you should be investing in real estate: cash flow, appreciation, equity buildup, leverage, and tax benefits. And then I just went down through each one of those 5 items, and the stock market can't hold a candle to real estate in any of those 5 areas. Generally speaking, if you're investing in income-producing commercial real estate, you get a better cash-on-cash return than you do with dividends in the stock market. In the stock market, you can expect about a 2% return on your cash dividends. And then in real estate, you can expect somewhere around 5% or better.
5 to 10%,
yeah,
exactly, on the investment.
And as far as appreciation is concerned, the National Association of Realtors did a study where they took a 30-year segment of time and determined that the average real estate property appreciates in value about 6% a year. Well, there's a company that did a similar study on mutual funds where most people have their IRAs and 401ks invested. That company is called Dalbar Incorporated. They did a 20-year study and found that the average mutual fund investor received a return of 3.27%, so about half what you can get in real estate in terms of appreciation.
Well, and it seemed, I mean, obviously both the real estate and the stock market can be volatile. They can go up and down, but it seems like if you look at a 100-year span of real estate versus stocks, in my opinion, it seemed like the real estate trends more upward consistently. Like a stock fund can go up 20% one year, down 10% the next, up 5%. It's just more of a zigzag.
It's just a lot more volatile when you're investing in the stock market. And so real estate has even in that period of time from about 2007 to 2011, when we had that downturn in the real estate market, it consistently has outperformed the stock market.
I think we're at or above the values, all the value that was lost during those years.
We definitely are. So, and in terms of leverage, you cannot leverage a stock. You're not going to go to a bank and borrow money and then invest that borrowed capital in the stock market, because you could lose all your investment. The downside is you lose your investment. You have to pay back the loan
if you're on margin and borrowing
exactly.
money.
So there's some major advantages where you can actually just put in 25% of the value of the asset and then borrow the other 75 or 80%. And by leveraging your investment, you can get double
cash
returns.
On cash return.
Yeah, it's just terrific compared to any other type of investment out there.
We've got to take a quick break. Stay with us. We have our free lunch giveaway coming up after the break. We'll continue our conversation with Ken Holman, local real estate expert with the Overland Group. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Clint Womack Real Estate and Finance Show on 860 AM, Utah's Big Talker. Back. This is the Clint Womack Real Estate and Finance Show on 860 AM, Utah's Big Talker. We're here every Saturday and Sunday morning from 10 to 11. Tell your friends, tell your family. Visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/Womack Radio. Again, facebook.com/Womack Radio. Womack is WOMACK. I'm a local, I'm an owner of Vintage Lending and Realty. We're a local company dedicated to primarily residential real estate and finance. You can call me anytime at 801-674-9995. We've also got a real estate expert on the show with us today, Ken Holman. I can put you in touch with him if you have any questions about self-directed IRAs or real estate investing here in Utah. Give me a call at 801-674-9995. We'll get you in touch with Ken Holman, and he can answer any questions. So most people think you need hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest in real estate. And before the break, we were talking about a client of yours that came to you with $20,000. Were you actually able to do anything for that client?
Well, as it turned out, and I might just add that we have clients that invest as little as $10,000 with us. That's usually our threshold cutoff.
So there's that opens it up to a lot of our listeners.
But I put some smaller investors with some larger investors when we do different projects, and it makes it so some of the smaller investors can actually earn the same return as the big investors on those particular projects, which is a good benefit for them. But getting back to this one investor that had $20,000, after we finished going over those 5 things and had our discussion, he left and said, well, my wife and I will think about this. We'll get back with you. Then he called me back a little while later and he said, well, I don't have 20,000. I've got 80,000. And then a little while later, he called me back and he said, you know, I actually sold a farm and I have a little bit more money than that. So in the end,
you had him intrigued.
In the end, we've helped him invest about $560,000, all from an initial $20,000
grew up a little bit
discussion. So that's happened to me on more than one occasion.
He was testing the waters, making sure that you were.
I had another investor, a realtor from Colorado, called me and said, and we were developing a new Family Dollar store in Colorado. And he said, you know, my dad would really like to get into real estate. Give him a call. So I called his 72-year-old retired father in Tucson, Arizona. We had a discussion about investing in real estate, and he said, I have about $2 million in a 401k account with a big brokerage firm out of New York. And I would like to get some of that money moved into real estate because I'm sick of the anemic returns I've been getting in the stock market. The stockbroker's been making more on my account than I have. So I got him into an investment. He invested $250,000. He and I owned the project together. Then I did another one, and he said, I want to do that again. That was pretty fun. We made some good money, and I'm excited about it. So he invested another $250,000, and now he's on his third one with me. So it's pretty exciting what can happen.
What kind of projects were those? Were those commercial projects?
Yeah, we work a lot with Fortune 500 companies on the development side. We not only acquire existing properties that we put investors into, but on the development side, we work with about a half a dozen major Fortune 500 companies. We work with Big Lots, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Tractor Supply, O'Reilly Auto Parts, AutoZone, Walgreens.
Wow.
That's the.
So
that's
do you own the lots and the buildings and they're like your tenant?
Yes,
Is that how it usually
exactly.
works?
They don't want to.
Those are good tenants to have.
Those are awesome tenants to have. They don't want to own the real estate. They want to reinvest their operational capital back into their company so they can build more stores. And so they're looking for opportunities to team up with developers who will actually develop the buildings for them and own the property and lease it back to them on a long-term basis. And we've been getting anywhere from 8 to 10% cash-on-cash returns for our investors, and with a projected annual IRR of about 20%, assuming we sell the project in 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, and with the appreciation, the tax benefits, do those tax benefits pass on to the individual investors if there's a group of investors?
Yes, every deal we do, we form a limited liability company.
So they'll get like a K-1 at the end of the year?
They get a K-1 at the end of the year, and then all the tax benefits pass on to them. Most of the cash-on-cash returns can be sheltered with the depreciation that we get on the project. So it's not really tax-free returns, but it's tax-sheltered returns.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
You're basically just working the system.
Yeah.
I mean, the system is set up for real estate. There's so many great tools and tax benefits for real estate.
And the thing that amazes me about most real estate professionals, a couple things. Number one, they don't realize how absolutely great real estate is as an investment product and how it compares with every other type of real estate investment or every other type of investment out there. It's like most real estate guys are sitting on a Ferrari and they're driving it like it was a
Pinto?
A Pinto. And so there's just so many advantages.
They don't see all the tricks and everything under the hood.
The other thing a lot of them don't see is the importance of setting up an IRA or a 401k. For real estate professionals, I recommend hands down setting up a solo or individual 401k as opposed to an IRA. You can put more money aside by multiples of 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's in around 16,000 compared to 5,000 or 6,000.
17.5 a year, unless you're 50 or older. And we won't talk about age here, but if you're 50 and older, you can put in another 5,500. So you can invest as an individual 23,000. Plus, if you were to set up your own LLC and put your 401k inside that, you can actually get up to $52,000 a year.
Tricks of the trade right there. I haven't heard of that.
It's incredible how much you can get in there. And investing with a 401k as opposed to a self-directed IRA is so much better.
Oh, so you can do a self-directed 401k?
Absolutely. You can do a self-directed 401k.
Which is a better vehicle.
You can have a Roth component in a 401k. Most people don't understand.
So it comes out tax-free at the end?
So it comes out tax-free at the end. You never have to recognize any taxes on the gain.
We need to get together for lunch and make a plan here. Jeez.
Yes, we do. With the money that you're making, there's no question we've got to get together.
Yeah, we need to team up.
So
wow, it's so awesome advice here. So tell me, what's your preference on residential versus commercial?
You know, I get asked that question a lot, and I don't really have a preference in terms of those two.
They're both good, right?
We have made just as good returns for our investors on the residential side as we do on the commercial side. You have to treat it a little bit differently in terms of how you handle it. It's not made for investing quite like the commercial side is. I mean, the commercial side is just ready-made for any investor because you've got tenants who are there long-term, who are paying tenants. Rent, and you're not worried about a vacancy next week or anything like that. On the residential side, it's a little bit tougher because you're renting to individuals, and so you're subject to all the tenant-landlord laws and
eviction process,
and all of that. But you can earn some great returns. We've got one client right now that has put several $100,000 with us, and we are out buying residential building lots and splitting the profit with him in terms of the development of the homes that we're building.
Oh,
and
you guys
selling.
have built single-family homes, condos, townhomes?
Well, we've got both condominiums. We're doing a big condo conversion project in downtown Salt Lake that we've just about sold out now. But
what's the project called?
Broadway Tower Condominiums.
Oh, wow.
Had it for several years, and it's just about sold out now. We just have a couple of units left.
Hey, well, what kind of software do you use for your estimating? We need to put you in touch with Plan Swift here.
Well, you know what? Aaron and I have already had that discussion. I picked up his card.
Nice.
Unfortunately, we're not using his software yet, but I'm going to put my son in touch with him.
I'm sure some of your subs are for dollar value, your Dollar Trees and those guys.
No doubt about that. I'm sure there are a lot of them, but we're interested in seeing what Aaron's got to offer, and we're happy to work with.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but it's been so great to have you on the show today. Thanks again for coming on.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, wealth of knowledge again. If you have any real estate questions, investing, 401ks or IRAs used to invest in real estate, give us a call anytime at 801-674-9995. We'll get you in touch with Ken Holman, and you can pick his brain, and he'll lead you in the right direction.
Yeah, and I'm on LinkedIn. That's how you and I met. So anybody that's got a LinkedIn account can look me up and get in touch with me. So
yeah, Holman is Holman. Local guy from Utah, tons of kids and grandkids, and rooted deep in Utah. Local business owner. It's great to have you on the show. Before we run out of time, I'm going to do our free lunch giveaway real quick. Our free lunch for today is to Chipotle. So if you haven't had a Chipotle burrito or a burrito bowl, they have amazing food at Chipotle. There's a couple locations throughout the valley. Text in the words free lunch to 801-674-9995. We'll hook you up with that free lunch to Chipotle, or give us a call at 801-674-9995, and we'll get you that free lunch to Chipotle. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before I forget, we've also had a great response to our free radon test, and we still have a few more free radon tests available. It's recommended that you test your home for radon every 5 years. If you've done remodeling or other things, the radon can shift. So we have some free radon tests for you. Text the words free radon test to 801-674-9995, and we'll get you that free radon test. Thank you so much for tuning in. Join us next week. We've got a great show planned for you, more about real estate and finance, every Saturday and Sunday morning from 10 to 11. This is the Clint Womack Real Estate and Finance Show on 860 AM, Utah's Big Talker.